We are live. We're ready. Oh, guys, we're ready for the deadline. But for some reason, the deadline time is at 1 minute. Don't panic, guys. Don't panic. 19. That should do it. Perfect. Let's get chat open. Let's see who's about. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, Mugs. Yes, Jack, lads. How we doing, brother? How we doing? I'm a bit behind, so I'm just currently doing some tech stuff. Hi, how we doing, man? How we doing? Gonna kick off the TikTok live very soon. Just making sure everything's set and ready. Of course, YouTube gets the priority of starting first. We love YouTube. Don't tell TikTok I said that. How we all doing, though? How we all feeling? I've made my transfers last night. I think I'm ready to go. I'm quite excited, lads. I'm quite excited. Let's make sure I'm getting everything sorted so you can see everything. There we go. Brilliant. You can see us on chat now. We'll put it on screen so you can find it as well. Hello, TikTok. How we doing? Find. We'll put that on. Saka or Haaland captain is my only decision. I think it's an easy decision. I think it's easily Saka. I think Saka's fantastic this week. My only problem with Saka is his minutes. They kind of scare me. It is like going for Saka. So it's like, that is part of me that didn't want to make my move, but it would have made, you know, loads of transfers for me to get a Saka. So sadly, didn't have that pleasure this week. Yusuf, yo, bro, how we doing, man? How we doing? Can I send my team over? I'm not doing any team ratings today, bro. I'm just looking at answering as many questions as possible for the deadline. But if you do have any FPL questions, bro, do let me know. Do let me know. I have Rice and Timber, and both doubts will they play. I'm playing Timber. I obviously don't have Rice on my side here, but I think both of them play. It's been well. Yes, Saffron, lads. Yeah, if you want to put a question in at Saffron, I'll answer. No problem at all. Replace Timber with Biol. Or the centre-back. He's quite cheap, isn't he? Saliba won't play. Yeah, Rodon, Minte on the bench there. They can easily come on. I didn't want to use loads of transfers this week and just get rid of them all in one game week. You know what I mean? How we doing, Mogs? How we doing, Con? I'm doing good. Still torn, I can't lie. Feel like Palace are always bad after European, yo. Yeah, I feel as though they will be tired, but like, they're just going to have to get used to it. It's going to be a hard game for City, in my opinion, but yeah. You're done if Arsenal don't take a clean sheet. I don't think I'm done, but obviously it would be devastating. Start Minte, bro. I don't know. Downgrade Saliba to a Aston Villa defender and you may buy Eze. I don't want Eze. I'll be honest with you, I don't want Eze. I think he'll do good, perhaps, this week against Wolves if he plays. But the question is, if he plays. I'm not 100% convinced on Eze's minutes, especially with Odegaard back. Best two Arsenal defenders on a free hit. I have White and Miles Lewis-Skelly right now. Ooh, I'd probably say Hincapié would be one of them instead of maybe Miles Lewis-Skelly. It depends, though, because Ben White might not even play. You know what I mean? Reckon I should captain Thiago? Yeah, he's not a bad option. Good fixture this week. I bench Mateta this week. Have Thiago with Haaland. Got Rodgers in and Wilson. Don't know if I should be buying an Arsenal midfielder. Still I got Timber. He's definitely going to start. Had a week off. Yeah, I hope Timber starts. I really do. In terms of your Arsenal midfielder question, it's only really Saka I think's worth buying. Everyone else, it's kind of like up in the air. Eze, is he going to have good minutes? I'm not too sure. Rice, is he going to start? I think you could take a punt on Rice out of everyone in the Arsenal midfield. Cash or Vandenberg on a free hit. I would go Vandenberg. Weirtime Derby prediction, says Mason. I think it's going to be 2-1 Sunderland or a 1-1 draw. We'll see how we get on. I am hopeful we can get it done, though. Eze was rested Champions League. Yeah, but I don't particularly think it means that much. We've seen people play a full 90 in the Champions League this season, then play a full 90 at the weekend. It's really up to you what you decide on doing with Eze. How are the lads? Up the Black Cats, yes. Absolutely, lads. Absolutely. I think I'm going through Sunderland tomorrow. I watch it in a pub with all the boys. What app is it to see the 4-3-3 in that style? In that style? It's just the FPL website, bro. I've just took a screen grab for TikTok, and that's my team this week. Start Minte or Josh King, says Jack. Would Josh King be quite good this week? Josh King could be quite good. If you wanted someone more solid, though, for like minutes-wise, you got to go Minte, surely. Zafran asked, who to start, Valdemar, Guimaraes or Gehi? Start one. Ooh, probably Guimaraes. I don't know if this is it, broski. Yeah, 2 transfers used for me this week. I'm saving the rest of my transfers for chip strategy down the line. Will Rice start? I think he could start, yes. I think he could. It's just difficult. I think the more likely ones to start is Timber and Rice this week, but again, Arteta just gives us absolutely nothing. Inco says, should I sell Semenyo to Foden and Munoz to Cash or O'Reilly or Nkapie? I think Semenyo to Foden makes sense to me. But obviously we've got that Burnley fixture. I believe it's next week, so you could keep a hold of Semenyo. I would probably keep a hold of Semenyo. Cash, Munoz, I would probably go to O'Reilly. Why still holding Mateta? He's got a good set of a few game weeks coming up. Of course, he actually didn't play in the midweek fixture, so we'll see if he plays this weekend, but at least he's had a full rest against Manchester City at home, so I think he could do okay. But I'm more looking forward to next week against Leeds. It's an opportunity for me, I think, when a lot of people have sold Mateta, that I can keep him and, then next week have a really good fixture and a few good fixtures after. Ibby says, you're right, pal. I'm all right, mate. How are you? Marino is a good choice. I'm not too sure. Connor says, bench one of Rodgers, Mbeumo, Rice and Wilson. It would probably be Mbeumo for me. Team is whack. Cheers, lads. Is Timber starting? I think he could start, yeah. I think he could. Triple captain, Igor Jesus. That's good, James. Not fancy Haaland next week? It's just, does King start or not? Absolutely. Absolutely, Jack. I mean, Smith Rowe, I haven't been overly impressed with Smith Rowe. I'll be really honest with you. So I think Joshua King deserves a start. But again, I'm not the manager. So that means nothing, me saying that. Sorry, what did you say? I said for your team in code, your question, sorry, Semenyo to Foden. I would personally hold Semenyo for next week. And then Munoz, I would do it O'Reilly. Zafran says, should I sell both Munoz and Van Dijk? If yes, I have 1 million in the bank. I would just sell Munoz. I would go to O'Reilly. I think O'Reilly's maybe the best one. Why Captain Fernandez? Same reason is pretty much every single week. So many routes to points. I think he's a really great option in any given fixture. I'll go for it. Ryan says Eze or Silva. Silva? I don't know who you're referring to in Silva, bro. Let me know. Is this the team you're currently going with? Yeah. Are you scared about not having Saka? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not going to front with you. Absolutely. Is Mateta going to play? I hope so. I'm going to keep him for the next few weeks with some good fixtures because I know a lot of people have sold him. So I'm hoping there's a little bit more upside in keeping that. I've put Wirtz in because I feel like he has to return eventually. I think he'll get good minutes now. Soboslai, great differential. I agree. I've brought him in this week. Okay, thanks. Love you. No worries. No worries, Inco. Should I cap a Saka or Fernandez? Saka. Saka's the best captain this week. Play Minte or Dewsbury Hall. I'd probably go Minte. Are you sure this is your team? This is my team, yes. This is my team that I'm going to be starting with. So beside best midfielder this season, ooh. No. It's probably Declan Rice. And Arsenal mid, they've been really good, I think. Controlling games. My coffee is ice cold. Come on. I've got White, Lewis Skelly, and free hits. I would maybe throw in a Hincapié, Andrew, there. I think that's not a bad shout. Instead of who? Who is the other one? Sorry, Andrew. Let's scroll up and see. Let's help you out here. White and Lewis Skelly. It would probably be instead of Lewis Skelly. But then if Timber starts, White. So I would probably go White. I'd take White out personally. But it's a tough call, that one. Is Saliba 100% playing? Honestly, I have not got a clue. Arteta, I said it last week, and it really hurt me in my team. Arteta does not give enough information in press conferences just to trust him. He's so poor in press conferences. It's really hard to tell. I'm really hopeful that both Timber and Saliba start in the fixture. I think Rice will start in the fixture. My kind of point of view is how many minutes is Saka going to get? How many minutes is Eze going to get? I think they're really popular picks, and that should definitely be something on your guys' mind. I've got Watkins captain. Wow. Hey, Mogs. Hey, Ahmad. How you doing, man? Can I captain Thiago? You can if you have him. Play Minte over Mateta? I don't think so. I think Mateta's a bit of a better option this week against City at home. It's the home fixture for him. He's had a full rest. Hopefully, that means he's fit enough to play. Zafran says, go against Haaland this week. A great idea. I'll captain Igor Thiago / Foden. I think Haaland's, in terms of those players, is probably the best to go for. Igor Thiago's not too bad of an option, I think. Not too bad of an option this week. If you are on TikTok, make sure you double tap on that screen. Let's get the 5k likes. Come on, guys. Saka triple captain. I don't know much about Saka triple captain this week, you know. I appreciate it's a great captaincy option. He is the best captain this week, but I'm so concerned that he comes off early in the fixture. Orange Apple, morning sunshine. Good morning, mate. Good morning. Sal Mateta for Voldemado Raul. I don't think it's worth the transfer, especially when Palace have got some good fixtures coming up. I'm just concerned about Mateta's minutes, but he didn't play midweek, so we'll see if he plays. Anderson 15-pointer. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see, guys. Pickford or Kelleher this week? Probably just Kelleher. Probably Kelleher. I think it's the safest bet this week. Sorry, guys. I'm just making sure I'm answering as many questions as possible. I'm trying to get some information up about some of the players you're asking about, and I can let you guys know. Saka or Haaland? Saka. Tete or Bassi for a differential to Anderson? I think Anderson's the best option by far. He's already differential. I would not go for either of those other players. How owned is Anderson? Yeah, he's under 6% ownership. Absolutely Anderson for me. Absolutely. Who to swap Munoz for? Anderson, O'Reilly, Van Dijk. Maybe Timber if you want to take that punt on minutes. I think those are good options for me. If you are brand new to the stream, make sure you tap on that screen, guys. Is Voltemada a good pick today? He plays tomorrow, and I would say no, because I'm wearing a Sunderland top right now. Longer term, maybe, but then Wissa's back. He's not going away to the African Cup of Nations. Could that hurt Voltemada's minutes? I think so. I think he's maybe a transfer very soon. What do you think the score will be for Southampton versus Norwich today? Southampton probably win it for me. Is Norwich going to score? I don't know. I'd say 2. I'd say 2-0. Will Rice play? I think he plays this week, guys. I think Rice plays this week. What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon Rice plays? Have you checked Kenny Tete yet? He's a really good differential for Anderson. I agree, but for me, Anderson's the best pick in that Fulham defence. by far. He's already differential. I don't think it's needed to go any more differential in a Kenny Tete or Calvin Bassey. I don't think that's the case for me. I've taken all Sunderland players out my team so I don't jinx anything. That's wise. That's wise. Best 2 Arsenal defenders this week. I'm on a free hit. I would probably say Nkapie, and I would go for a Timber. I would go for a Timber. If I go Josh King, do I go Josh King if I've already got Raul, or go Minte instead? I'll probably go Minte instead, perhaps. Is Cunha a good pick? Had about 10 shots last game week. Yeah, he's a good pick. I sadly had to sell him to afford Thiago, but I'm going to get him back really soon. Really soon. I personally think Richards to Vandenberg is a good shout. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. Welbeck to Jimenez or Anderson to Wilson. I think Welbeck to Jimenez feels quite good. But then Anderson to Wilson. I'd go Jimenez. I'd go Jimenez there. Mugs, I'll be back in 10 minutes. No worries. No worries. Strange captaincy choice. Surely Thiago more likely to pick up points. Yes and no. For me, Fernandes has so many routes to points. It's maybe more likely he comes away with points, whereas Thiago can only really score goals, it seems. So yeah, I think I'll be landing on Fernandes this week. It's a bit of an odd one, I understand, but I think Haaland's fixture's a bit poor this week again, so we're going to try a bet on him. It's a risky move, of course. Semenyo been blanking lately. Any replacements should I stick? I personally would stick for next week's fixture. I think that would be the move I make. Burnley feels like a great game. O'Reilly or Voltemada? I would maybe give it to Voltemada just in case they do okay, but O'Reilly feels a safer bet. Thought of backing double Fulham defence or double Fulham attack. I mean, you could do, yeah. I think Harry Wilson and Raul are good options. Harry Wilson's been on fire recently. Brad says Enzo or Semenyo. If the problem with Enzo is, I think he could play in that more advanced position this week with sort of Palmer's groin playing up. I'm hopeful he does, because if he does, he's a great FPL pick. But if he doesn't, he's not that great with his position and been so deep. So I would maybe lean towards Enzo with the assumption that he could play a bit more advanced. But if he doesn't, it's not really great. I'm keeping Mateta until a good attacker rises up. Good idea. I think keeping Mateta is not a bad idea if you can afford to. Leeds next week, a few good fixtures on the horizon. I think it could pay off, especially when a lot of people have sold. But if it sort of gets in the way and you need the money, selling Mateta is not a bad move in my opinion. Will Mbeumo play? It seems it's quite up in the air at the moment with Mbeumo, guys. I don't know. Saliba isn't playing yet. He might not do, but I don't think it's worth a transfer with my side. I can just, sort of bench Minte if he'll then play. Bench Rodon, he could come on. Opinions on bringing in Miles Lewis-Skelly. I think Nkapie is probably my favourite Arsenal defender to bring in this week alongside Timber, if you're looking to take a punt on the yellow flag there. Is Dango good for a free hit? Ooh. I would say he's okay. Thinking of transferring out Gakpo and Isidore for Wilson and Thiago. Is that strong? Or should I go Szoboszlai and Thiago? I think stronger would be Szoboszlai and Thiago, because Szoboszlai you can just hold for a good amount of time. But if you really want to attack the good fixtures for Fulham, I don't mind Wilson either. Obviously, we know Thiago is really great for this game week, of course. Score prediction, Sunderland versus Newcastle. I think Sunderland edge it 2-1. Could be a 1-1 draw, though. I think it's one of them games, but I think we will edge it at home. Eze a good choice. He could be a really great choice if he starts, if he gets good minutes. But I don't know. Something about Eze just puts me off, and it is his minutes. Rice, I think Rice could start this week, absolutely. Absolutely. I think with Rice, what was it? It was an illness. Yeah, he's basically just ill. Rice is ill. He's not injured, you know? Timber and Saliba, on the other hand, it's kind of seeing if they trained yesterday and then they might play. What's going on with Cole Palmer? He's got an ongoing groin issue, guys. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate because I absolutely love Cole Palmer. I think he's one of my favourite players in the Premier League. It's just really, this injury's really getting him. I don't know what it is. It's not even like a big thing. He's definitely not risking against Wolves. I don't think there's something like, they've been injured for a while. Saliba's been injured for a while. I think introducing him into the team this week isn't a bad idea. Where you ranked 1.2 million, still a bit further away than I want to be, but you know, I've still got my triple captain and bench boost to use before game week 19. We'll see where I am in game week 19, guys. If I'm still this rank, it's pretty bad, but I think I'll be up there again. 1.2 giving advice. Yeah, I've still got 2 chips to play. I believe I'll be up there. Triple captain, what you think? Triple captain for me is next week. Next week for me, with Haaland against West Ham. Would you free hit this week? Honestly, it depends on what team you have, bro. It really does. But if you've got it to use, it could be an option. How comes you play Mateta? Is it because Sarr's back and he could get back to form? I think Sarr could be back in the fixture. I don't think he'll start. I just think Mateta, he didn't play midweek. He should be able to play a full 90 or at least 80 minutes in this game. I want to keep him for the next few fixtures as well because it's not too bad. He's still got really good data. Should I get rid of Minte and Mateta for Saka and Mark U? Yes. If it means bench and Mark U, yes. Foden, says Bailey. I can't afford Foden. I think I've passed the boat on Foden as well. I think his big hauls are past us now. But maybe with some good fixtures later down the line, I could consider him, absolutely. I just think I'm a bit late. If you made that Foden move last week or 2 weeks ago, congratulations to you, because I think you've got the best of Foden so far. I had him a few weeks ago on free hit when I scored 70 points. He was fantastic. He was fantastic. Will Lenny Euro start? Honestly, I would stay away from Manchester United defenders because they rotate so much. Ben White captain? Not for me. Not for me. Only have Raya from Arsenal. Should I invest in more Arsenal this week? Potentially. I think Saka's worth investing in. Perhaps Timber if you think he's back. Still, you think that I should still put Foden in? Yeah, you could do. Could do, Bailey. Triple captain next week for Haaland versus West Ham or Thiago versus Wolves. I would say Haaland. Haaland always likes playing West Ham, doesn't he? Who's a better captain, Bruno Fernandes or Foden? I think Bruno Fernandes this week. Yo, how's it doing, bro? How's it going? Should I take a punt on Vert? Surely he comes good. I mean, we've said surely he comes good for a long time now. I think he will get the minutes with Gakpo being out. So maybe that could start a little bit of form for him. Good fixtures coming up. You could take the punt, but it's super risky, dude. It's really, really risky. Minte or Njai, says Liam. This week, who would I go for? Minte, Njai. I'd say Njai. Make sure you tap on the screen, by the way, guys. Is 0.3 million team value good? Yeah. Absolutely. Will Timber and Rice start? I think they will both start. I don't know if Timber will be centre-back, though. Longest Saturday of my lightweight late with the Derby. Yeah. I think I'm out today having a few drinks, and then tomorrow I'm out all day having a few drinks. So I'm going to have a rough weekend, fellas, I'll tell you that much. Zafran says, Embuemo, Foden, Haaland, or Thiago captain this week. I don't have Bruno. Probably fall on Haaland for me, but Thiago's not a bad option. I've been doing the TIFO and display all week. Oh, have you? What's the crack with it, Jamie? Give us a bit of info here. Give us an exclusive, Jamie lad. Nah, that's amazing, Jamie. That's amazing. You thinking Capio will do well? Yes. Yes. He'll either start next to Saliba or he'll start next to Timber. Why Bruno captain out of interest? Same reason as every week. Just so many routes to points. I think he's fantastic. Yeah, I love Bruno. It's a full stadium. I'll let you see it for yourself. It's spectacular. You're legend, Jamie. Legend for helping out with that. Every single fan appreciates your work, man. I'm super excited for it. Can you rate my team, bro? I'm not doing team ratings today. This is the deadline stream. Yesterday night was the team rating live stream. Bruno G. I think after this week you could consider him. But if you want to bring him in early, I don't mind it. How come you haven't picked Cash even with a good fixture, 4-man fixture? I haven't made a defensive transfer this week, that's why. I don't think it's needed. Next week, maybe I'll look at Cash, but at the moment, I'm okay. Jimenez, yeah, I like Jimenez, especially with Fulham's fixtures, guys. Fulham's fixtures for the next 3 are really good. Really, really good. A little bit of a short punt on a Jimenez, on a Wilson, on an Anderson. Really great. What do you think of Saka captain? He's the best captain this week. With Munoz out, do you think Haaland should be captain? Potentially, yeah. I don't mind Haaland as captain, but I don't know. It feels like a difficult fixture for them. 3 out of my 4 teams are playing teams in the... Or 3 of my 4 defenders are playing teams in the bottom 5. That's always good, James. That's always good. Bringing in Rice... Timber, Foden, Raya, what are your thoughts? Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's okay. I don't think Raya is worth it, says Zafran, but I don't know which keeper is better for consistency. For consistency, I wouldn't sacrifice the spot in goal. I would maybe look at the pairing up of Dubravka and Verbruggen. They've got a really nice rotation for a few weeks here. Yeah, I would maybe consider that if you don't like Raya. But overall, it's not too bad. Opinions on Keane Lewis Potter. Is he going to be playing, though? Is he going to be playing? Let me check my notes here. Keane Lewis Potter, he should play on the left, to be fair. To be fair, for a 1-week punt, he's not bad. I forgot Sharda was out, wasn't he? Yeah, I could be okay. I could be okay. If you use your free hit, do you still have your 5 free transfers? Yeah, absolutely. Connor's just messaged in, no lie, I've just been stopped by the police for looking suspicious on a park bench. They say, what was I doing? I said, watching FPL Mogs, obviously. Legend. The didn't see him came unsubscribing. Boo. Welbeck or Thiago? Thiago. That's funny, Connor. Legend, mate. No Timber? I think Timber will start. It'll either be at centre-back or right-back, though. I don't know which one it will be. Should I play Bruno G for Rice or Foden? What did that say? Bruno G for Foden or Rice? No. Bruno G would be benched for me. I think Foden and Rice have higher ceilings this week. Timber injured? Yeah, he could be. To risk to bring him in. To risk to start him, but we're going to go for it. Do you think Palmer is still a good pick? Not at the moment. I'd wait. We have the same front 3. Yeah, but I imagine quite a few people have this front 3, to be fair. A lot of people would probably be playing the 2, though, I'd imagine. Have you heard anything on Senesi? Nothing positive, we'll say. I would still keep him, though, on the bench. Who should I replace? Euro for Anderson of Fulham. I got the fright of my life. Had earphones in, tap on my shoulders. Connor, man, that's hilarious. How many points you got in total? 845, I think. Yes. Not the best, not the worst. Still got 2 chips to use. I'm okay with where I am at the moment, but I would love to be much higher. I had a tough week last week, which really brought me down. Ben White. Yeah, Ben White's probably okay. Do you think Crazy will score today? If he starts, yeah. If he starts. He should start, though. He's been pretty good recently. Final question, because I've got to go. Start Bruno Guimaraes or Voltemade. I'll probably go Bruno Guimaraes. I'll go Bruno Guimaraes, Zafran. Do you think I should replace Wilson, as in Harry Wilson, or Callum Wilson? If it's Callum Wilson, yes. If it's Harry Wilson, no. Triple captain Ballard against the Mags. Let's go. Harry, no, do not replace Harry Wilson. He's got Burnley this week. Palmer or Harry Wilson? I prefer Harry Wilson. I don't know if Palmer starts. He's got that groin issue, guys. Palmer, I know, has always been fantastic with FPL. He's so fun to own. We always love him when he plays football, but that groin issue is really holding him back. Some games he's fine, some games he's not. That's not what we need. Cheers, mate. Have a good weekend, all. You too, Zafran. Enjoy, mate. Hope Connor doesn't end up in jail. I mean, you think he's safe now, but you never know. Captain Harry Wilson. I think it's a more risky captaincy choice, that one, but it's a good fixture. Should I start Barry from Everton? Probably not. Probably not. Thoughts on Marino against Wolves? Do you reckon he plays? He should play, surely, shouldn't he? Although Gyökeres could be back. If Gyökeres is back, I don't think so, you know. You think Mateta will bag against City? I think he'll start against City. Whether he'll bag is another thing. QPR, biggest team in West London. I absolutely hate QPR, mate. I'll be really honest with you. I hate QPR. I've watched them play at Loftus Road once. It was perhaps one of the worst match day experiences I've ever had in my life. It was absolutely terrible. So, apologise, but yeah, I'm not a fan of QPR, mate. I'll be real with you. Triple captain Eze. I just don't know if he starts. It really does annoy me. Like, I wish I knew, but Odegaard being back, could it be like a middle three of Rice, Odegaard, Marino, Madueke on the left, Saka right? It's really hard to predict. Do you think Trossard will play? I think Madueke will play on the left. I think Madueke could play on the left. Saliba won't play. Yeah, he might not. He absolutely might not. But I don't think it's worth a transfer this week because I've got okay bench coverage. Thoughts on Miles Lewis-Skelly to Kieran Dewsbury-Hall or Wilson? I would have Wilson. Shit, I bought Trossard in FPL. If you bought him, I would start him. FPL Tom, hello bro. How you doing, Tom? Everyone welcome Tom in chat. How's it going, bro? Triple Arsenal, big risk. There's a lot of sort of minutes risks on the Arsenal side, in my opinion, but if you've got the right ones, it's okay. I think my favourite three that I definitely got good minutes this week is probably going to be the likes of, let's see, a Hincapié, a Saka. I think those are decent. Good man, a few flags here. Yeah, Tom, a few flags, but you know, with my chip strategy coming up, bench boost 18, I want to save some transfers. I've got okay people on the bench. I'm not too worried about playing Minte or Rodon this week. We'll go for it. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, triple captain next week. Game week 18, we've got the bench boost. I should have at least 5 free transfers. 4 free transfers in game week 18 to really attack that bench boost. Best of luck, bro. You too, Tom. Appreciate you coming by, mate. Shout out FPL Tom, guys. Would you start Pau Torres against West Ham or Lacroix against City? Pau Torres. What do you think of triple captain Saka? It's just as minutes. If you think you'll play a good chunk of minutes in the fixture, absolutely do it. But I'm not as sure. Not even the brothers can put with their FPL stream. Absolutely right, Orange. They weren't keen on subscribing. Connor said. Do you think this week is a good bench boost option? It depends who's on your bench, Josh. It really does. There are some good fixtures floating about though, so maybe it is. Why are you not using a free transfer with this with a team this shit. I have used 2 free transfers this week. I don't even think it's a bad team. I really like my team. Why not captain Thiago? I think Bruno's a better option. Thiago, Saka, Haaland captain, Saka. Do you think Dango Ouattara will perform good? Yeah, he could do. I think it's a 1 week punt type thing. 1 week punt, Dango Ouattara. 1 week punt. I don't mind it. Man United losing, by the way. Yeah, they could do. You got 5 free transfers, though. Yeah. I'm saying, though, I'm planning a bench boost in game week 18. If I can have 4 or 5 free transfers at that point, my bench boost will do very well. And I think that could really push me towards some really good ranks here. It's a risk, of course. But you don't get anywhere in FPL without taking a few risks. You don't. Do you have any notes on Pau Torres? Let me have a look. Maybe I'm missing something about Pau Torres here. He didn't. So Emery didn't provide an update on Martinez or Pau Torres. Both didn't travel for Europa League action. So there's no updates, but they are predicted to start. Hugo Ekitike. Ekitike is the best, bro. I imagined you would say Ekitike is the best with a username of Hugo Ekitike. You need Harry Wilson? I don't think I need him. I would like him. I don't think I need him. Is top 1.2 million considered good? Genuine question, no hate. I would say being around this rank is okay. I wouldn't say it's brilliant. Not at all. But I think there's context with it. I've still got my triple captain to use. I've still got my bench boost to use. I've got more transfers than more people, I would say, because a lot of people are using a lot of their transfers this week. So hopefully in the next few weeks when I've used all my chips, we can look at a much better rank here. But I would say it's okay. I wouldn't say it's good. Starting 11 for Orange Apple this week. He's got Raya, Gvardiol, Anderson, Rodon, Cunha, Doku, Semenyo, Saka captain, Haaland, Thiago, and Ekitike. Thoughts? I really like it. I love the Ekitike punt. I really do. Fair play for not using your triple captain versus Leeds for Haaland. Yeah, it's West Ham next week. West Ham next week for me for Haaland. I think the West Ham fixture could be really good for City. I really do. I know West Ham have looked a little bit better recently, but not brilliant. Not at all. Really risking it with 3 injuries? Absolutely. Rank. It's a brilliant rank. Absolutely brilliant. Do you think I should still start Pau Torres? Yeah, I would start him. I mean, you're running that risk of no update from sort of Emery, and you're kind of working with that, but I think it's a good enough fixture where you're like, yeah, let's play him. Why not? You know, West Ham away, it's not a bad game from. People acting like Harry Wilson is prime Ian Robin. Lol, Burnley could beat or draw against Fulham. They could. I still think Harry Wilson's a good option. Keeping Welbeck as a differential, going Anderson to Wilson. Nice. Not sure about that Bruno captain. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Mogs join me with Ekitike. I think it's a bit too early for me too. I've done the Soboslai move this week. That'll do me. What's your total points? 845. 845. It just places me out the top million. Just about. Is it better to make 3 free transfers or wildcard and make 6 transfers? Chat, tell me. I mean, we've got an hour and 20 minutes to do a good wildcard, dude. So you could do it, I think, in that time. You could do. Inform Harry Wilson is better than I am Robin. Oh, God. Jake says, I'm top 300k, like, only 30 points ahead of you. Really, Jake? I didn't realise it was that close. But congratulations on top 300k, man. You're absolutely smashing it. Maybe at Munchum Pies. Bloody hell. Saka captain over Haaland. Yes, Harry. Saka's the best captain this week, guys. Is 8 to 9 any good, or am I having a rotter? I think it's way too... Honestly, I think if you've used all your chips, that's probably the rank you'll roughly be around. But if you haven't used all your chips before the halfway point of the season, I think you could really push right up there. Is Mateta fit, Mogs? Do you know? Also, hope you're well, my boy. Yes, Charlie, lad. Love seeing you in the live, man. I think Mateta could be okay to play. Obviously not playing midweek. Had the little knock, but I think my idea with Mateta and keeping him, lads, is he's got good fixtures coming up. He's got Leeds next week. If he plays this week, that's a big bonus, but I really want to keep him for those games coming up. It's a big risk, but we'll see what happens, eh? Thank you so much for the rose. Let's go. Are you rating teams? I'm not rating teams today. I'm just answering as many questions as I can for you guys before the FPL deadline. We're almost at 10k likes on the TikTok live stream. Let's keep hitting that like button, guys. Keep hitting that like button. Double tap the screen. Should I captain Eze or Haaland? I think Haaland's a safe option for me. I'm a Leeds fan. We're at home, but I still think we concede. I think I'll keep him as there's no others. Yeah, that's absolutely my thoughts. I think Leeds at home is a hard fixture. Leeds away, sorry, hard fixture to have. Hard fixture. Why play Saliba, Timber and Mateta when they're injured? Because they're not like fully out and sort of we know they're out. You know, they could absolutely all start this game week. I think Timber and Mateta are more likely to start. Saliba, we'll see. We're in the team and captain him. He's scoring, I'm telling you. I hope he scores. I hope Xhaka scores. I'd love the scorers tomorrow to be Lefebvre first and Xhaka last to win us the game. They won't play a second today. Who won't play a second today? Saka question mark. Saka's good, yes, absolutely. White on Nkapie. Thoughts on Odegaard captain? No. Double tap the screen, boys. Pay your rent. Yeah, if you're here, you got to double tap that screen. I can see who likes the live. I know who to give answers to. No, I'm joking. I answer everyone. I've brought Thiago and Collins in. Yeah, Callum, that's a good move. That's a good move. Josh is 100% captain and Dan Ballard. Come on. Come on. What time's the first game? It's at 3. There's 2 games at 3. I'm hoping for some team news for you guys as well, so make sure you stay in the live. Hopefully we get some. I've captain Saka, but I've got a feeling about Odegaard. If you got Saka, captain Saka, absolutely. Text for Fun says, I have Wilson and I really want to go for Anderson as well, but is it too risky tripling up on Fulham? I wouldn't say so with the next 3 fixtures, no. Scored an absolutely shocking 31 points last game week. Need a revival this week as soon as possible. I mean, you got a good team for it, Orange Apple. Habib Diarra and Noah Siddiqui are such an underrated duo. Yeah, I'd love to see Diarra come back into the side soon, but he is going away at AFCON, I do think. Is there any news about Timber and Rice? Not at the moment. Not at the moment. It's just a case of wait and see. Rice is ill. Timber had a knock, but I think Timber will play. Sent a tofu. Thanks for the tofu gift, man. Thank you so much. Captain Rice. I think that's a risky one. Yeah, I put Foden in a few weeks ago. I legit feel like a genie when he gave me 15 points. Yeah, Foden's been smashing it, man. Absolutely smashing it. Soboslai XXX has completely overperformed XG. I think with Soboslai for me, thank you for the heart me gift, appreciate that. I think with Soboslai for me, with Salah going away, Soboslai should be on pens from what we've seen. I quite like that as a thing, and of course it seems that as well, he could play on that right-hand side, and we'll have Vert and Soboslai as sort of the 2 10s, and then have overlapping wingers. We'll see, though. We'll see. Mateta, was he just rested midweek? No, he had a bit of a knock, and then was rested from that. Thank you so much, Finn, for the gifts, bro. Appreciate that. Legend, Mo. Why don't you have Foden? Did you use any of your 5 free transfer? I used 2. I've used 2 free transfers. I don't think Foden was needed this game week in particular. Yeah. I think maybe next week we could make the Foden move. I don't mind it next week. Rice captain, says Finn. I don't think I would do Rice captain, Finn. It's sort of up in the air whether he even starts. So It's tough to call, but if you do have Rice and you really fancy it and you think he'll start, why not, bro? Why not? How many points you reckon you'll get this week? Let me quickly think in my head. Okay. So that will be 34. 35. I reckon I'll get more than 45 points. I'll take that. I'm more focused on next week and my bench boost week coming up. So I don't mind if I score a bit low. Yo, G, do you need an FPL coach? Yes, Tom. Let me know. What do I do, Tom? What do I do with my team, Tom? Brozier has never scored more than 1 goal in his entire season professional career. Has he not? I mean, he's been injured so many times. So many times. I've triple captained Eze. Do you think he starts and plays all them minutes? I don't know. I hope he does for you, bro. I really do. Aaron says, hey, my team is Raya, Timber, O'Reilly, Cash, Rice, Anderson, Wilson, Foden, Haaland, Raul, Thiago. Bench with Pickford, Timber, Cucurella, Lacroix. Any changes you'd make? I've used all 5 free transfers. I wouldn't make any changes. I actually wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I've just got a vision, Mogs. Bruno misses a pen this weekend. I hope he doesn't for you. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't want that to happen. It's nice for him to get a pen next week, though. Yeah, I got you, bro. Could have been a bit more aggressive, to be honest. No need for you to keep Mateta. Do you not think so, Tom? Do you not like Leeds next week? I like Leeds coming up for Mateta. Let's have a look at those fixtures. Leeds next week, Tottenham the week after, Fulham the week after. I'm keeping them for those. 3 of the next 4 are home games, so I'm keeping them. Appreciate the extra gift, by the way, Finn. You're a legend, man. Mogs, error my message again, GG. Which one? You know he can't take pens that Liverpool concede, bro. They ain't winning many pens. Maybe. We don't know. Respect. No Mackems, disappointing, lads. I know. I was going to bring in Lefay this week, but he would have been on my bench. So I didn't think it was worth it, you know. I didn't think it was quite worth it, but I like Lefay a lot in FPL as a pick. Can you give me some? Can you give me some correct scores from the matches today? No. If I knew the correct scores, I don't think I'd be streaming. I think I'd be putting my life savings on correct scores. Who should I captain out of Thiago, Haaland, Bruno, and Watkins? I would honestly go towards a Bruno or a Haaland this week. Also, I think the move on Szoboszlai is too early. I think Isak will take pens when he's on the pitch. I think Isak could take pens as well, but with Isak having sort of injury issues, it should fall on Szoboszlai. So yeah, I understand that viewpoint though, because that was a viewpoint I had at the start of the week before we heard a bit more about this Isak injury or Isak problem. When I wildcard, I keep the same team for next game week, don't I? Yes. That will be your team moving forward in FPL. Whatever team you wildcard into will be your team. I've gifted more roses than these other 19 viewers combined. Respect. To be fair, bro. Respect. I'd have waited and seen, maybe made the move in the Wolves game week until you see what's really going on. I think it's clear to see what's going on with Szoboszlai. His minutes are good. He could be on pens. And obviously, yeah, I think the fixtures are really good as well. I don't think it's a bad move in all honesty. I think my moves are really dependent on my chip strategy coming up. I've got a bench boost on the way. I've got a triple captain on the way. It's really focused towards that, my transfers. Addy with the gift. Thank you so much, Addy. Addy's got a bench 1 question. O'Reilly, Minte. Elliot Anderson. Where's it gone? Elliot Anderson, O'Reilly gives me triple City. Appreciate the gift, Finn. Thank you so much. I would bench Minte. I'd bench Minte, Addy. Yeah. Imagine having the power of knowing all of how football would turn out ahead of time, yeah. I think I wouldn't watch football because I'd know what the hell would happen. Van de Ven or Hincapié? Van de Ven is absolutely terrible. If you have Van de Ven in your team, please get rid of him. He's shocking. He's absolutely shocking. He's just living off that 23-pointer, guys. Sunderland says Timber or Bruno G. Timber. Timber. When we get the second set of chips, everyone back from AFCON, I'll play the wildcard chip. So we're looking at game week 19, we'll get all that. And the FPL, yes, Thomas. Absolutely right, mate. 1.9 million is good in the world. Yeah, it's good for now. We're still not at the halfway point of the season. I think when you get to game week 19, after that week, you can really look at your rank and go, right, this is where we're at right now. Because everyone would have used the chips, you know? Keep Rodgers or move on. Keep. This week, keep. New gen rage bait. Tom's 40. Is that 49k? Let's go, Tom. What are your moves this week, Tom? Let everyone know in the chat. You're absolutely smashing it, bro. Absolutely smashing it. Bruno captain against Bournemouth, maximum 4 points. I don't think it's a maximum of 4 points at all. I think it's a minimum of 4 points. We'll say that. I heard Nacho Monreal and Laurent Koscielny is starting Mogs. You might want to make some transfers. Ooh, I wonder how much they would be this season. Saka or Bruno for captain? Saka. Saka's the best captain. Finn, appreciate the gifts, man. Appreciate the gifts, Finn. Legend, bro. Hector Bellerin starting? Do you reckon? Cheers, bro. Used all 5 free transfers, actually. And Thiago, Saka, Fernandes, Cash and Gu. Yeah. Brilliant, Tom. Brilliant. Fernandes, for me, has been one of my favourite FPL players this season. I've absolutely loved him. Yeah, Finn, you're a legend, man. Can I captain Declan Rice? I think it's a risky move, but you could do if you think he plays a lot of minutes. I'm not as keen on it. Palmer? I would hold off on Palmer. I really would. The injury, it just keeps bothering him. I don't think it's worth it. I don't. Yeah, I had him, then made a move to Mbeumo, which I thoroughly regret. Damn, bro. Foden G. I think I've missed the boat on Foden. You scrapping some tunes scum on Sunday. Come on, Mug Shun. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. That's why I'm going to Newcastle tonight for a few drinks. I'm just getting some early digs in. Will Saka play? Yeah, you should play. Van Dijk or Cucurella? Van Dijk. Van Dijk. Is Timber going to play? I think he's the most likely Arsenal defender who's flagged to play. It's whether he plays centre-back or right-back. How do I show you my team in chat? You can type a question out or something like that, Reese. Yesterday was a team rating live stream. So you've missed your chance for your team to be rated. But if you do have a question, do let me know in the chat, man. Hincapié in for Saliba. I'm not too keen on that transfer for my team. I think I'm going to save the transfer and just let Minte or Rodon come off the bench. Depending on how many people are out for me. I think it is maximum 1 that will be out for me this week. I think Timber will start. I think Mateta will start. It's really Saliba. But Minte coming on, I don't think it's too bad. Senesi or Timber? Timber. Prime Alexis Sanchez was peak. Sanchez and Hazard was better than every current Prem winger by a mile. What do you reckon? Minte or Richards to start? Minte. Why Timber? Because I think he'll start. It's a good fixture as well, obviously, with Wolves at home. Mateta ain't playing. I think he does. Interesting name, by the way, dude. Where's Saka in your team? Not in my team. I would have had to make many different transfers to be able to afford Saka. Appreciate the heart me as well, Finn. Just seen that there come up. Thank you, man. No Everton players, not yet. Not yet. Soon, though. Very soon. Do you think Timber's going to play? Yeah. Yeah. Bruno G, captain, or Bruno F, captain? Bruno Fernandes, captain, absolutely. Absolutely, Bruno Fernandes, captain. Out of those two Brunos, he is the better one. Mukele or Kukureya? Ooh, I would say Mukele. We'll go Mukele there. Appreciate the gift, call. Appreciate that, man. Thoughts on Captain Thiago? Yeah, great fixture. Great fixture. Saliba isn't playing, mate. That's fine. I've got people on the bench. Carl says Doku, Foden, Mbuemo or Haaland captain. It would probably land on Haaland for me. Appreciate the question, Carl. James to play? Yeah, I think James will play. Let me look if I've got anything wrote down about Reece James. Because I do believe... Oh, no, there's nothing wrote down from... I think, with James, for me, I think he'll play in the midfield. So I think you'll have Santos. I think you'll have Santos and James. Then you'll have Fernandes in front. And then João Pedro up top. And then I think through the game, that'll be changed. And obviously, we'll see Enzo drop deeper. Why Bruno over Haaland? I think he's better this week. Better fixture, in my opinion. At home. I don't mind it. Finn, you're too kind. Appreciate the gifts, man. Really do. Legend, dude. If you've got any questions, Finn, do drop them in the chat, man. Saliba guaranteed start? Absolutely not. Who to triple captain? Next week, Haaland. Triple captain's great. Fernandes, Haaland, or Foden captain? Really between Fernandes and Haaland for me. So Bruno G or Igor Jesus? Ooh, probably Bruno G. Oh, my nose is so stuffy. If Joe Cole played today, he'd win a Ballon d'Or. Do you reckon? What rank are you? I'm 1.2 mil. So not brilliant, but still got 2 chips to use. In the next 2 weeks, actually, 2 chips being used. Should I keep Bruno G or transfer? If so, for who? I'd just keep him. Dango Taro, good shout. Yeah. For 1 week. I don't think he's bad for a 1 week punt. Where am I at in chat here? Shit, I've done that this week. Please tell me, do I play Calvert-Lewin or Dewsbury Hall? I play Dewsbury Hall. Calvert-Lewin's terrible. I've used them. It's not been fun. Best 5 million defender this week, mates. O'Reilly. For longer term, really great. But if you want cheaper, Anderson's fantastic. Sell Xhaka to Wilson. I'd keep Xhaka for this week. I think he'll be a monster. Wilson against Burnley, thoughts? Yeah, really good. Calvert-Lewin been popping off recently. Do you think you might bring him in? Yeah, maybe. He firmly got gone this week. Matty Cash, a good pick, says Finn. Yeah, I think he's good. Obviously, he's been doing really well recently. I think he'll continue to do okay. But I wouldn't sort of expect loads of points. I think he's a decent option. Anyone else dropping Mateta and Fear? Nah. Mugs saw the vision too soon. Maybe I did. We've just had Erling Haaland dropping the TikTok chat saying, Captain me. Maybe I do, Erling Haaland. Maybe I do. It's nice to see you here, man. Sunderland versus Newcastle and Everton versus Chelsea. Who's winning what? Sunderland beating Newcastle and Chelsea are drawing against Everton. I reckon it'll be 2-2. Haaland or Bruno captain? Bruno Fernandes for me. I'm really freezing. Xhaka or Anderson this week? Xhaka. Xhaka for me. I just think he's going to be so big in this Newcastle game. So big. I expect him to get a goal or an assist. Is Timber going to play? Says Terminator. I think so. I would say yes. You must captain Haaland now. I know if Haaland's come in chat and he's asking to be captain, maybe I do. Saka or Bruno? Saka. Can you rate my team on Insta? Team rating live stream was yesterday, JP. Apologies, man. But if you want to type a question out or anything, JP, I'm more than happy to give you an answer, dude. More than happy, JP. Voltemada, Thiago, and Haaland up top for me. Yeah, it's a really good set of moves, man. A really good set of forwards, man. I don't think Voltemada going forward will be as good, simply because obviously Vissa is slowly getting integrated back in. Does that hurt Voltemada's minutes? Could some weeks now he be benched and not, I don't know. Is Eze a good triple captain pick? Not for me. I think his expected minutes are too risky. Why do you think Palmer's not starting? Is injury problems. So Palmer trained with the team on Thursday, but ended the training session with mixed feelings. He finished the session with us with mixed feelings, but he's okay. He is, at the moment, available. So he's available, but there's another quote floating around from Maresca where he says he literally judges Palmer's injury day by day. Sometimes he cannot train because of the pain. Some days it's like he's not even injured. So it's so peculiar with Palmer right now. I think I'd wait. What's your reasoning? What do you think? Where's that gone? What's your reason you should captain Bruno instead of Thiago? There we go. There's the question. I scroll up a bit. I just think he's more likely to score more points. He's got higher ceiling, and I think I'm going to play on that this week. If Thiago does well, that's completely fine with me. I think Bruno could score more points, though. Because I think about it, Thiago really can only get points from scoring goals. He doesn't assist too much. He really just scores goals. Whereas Bruno, he does everything in the game. So, yeah. Martinez, Cucurella, Mateta, Munoz bench. That's not a bad bench, to be fair. That's not a bad bench. Virgil van Dijk, 1 point merchant. I don't know. I think he'll kick on a bit now. I don't think Liverpool are going to be as bad. Soberside, question mark, explain. I think he could take pens. I think he's a really good longer-term option for Liverpool. When Salah's gone to AFCON, I expect Soberside to play in sort of that right 10 position we've seen. So we'll see. JP says Raya, Timber, Mukele, Xhaka, Foden, Soberside, Minte, Wilson, Thiago, Haaland. Do you know what? I really like the team, JP. I do. I think the only thing I would maybe be concerned about is Minte, but he's got some good fixtures coming up. So I think, well, personally, I've kept him for that reason. No way Timber starts. I think there's definitely a way Timber starts. If not, it'll be off the bench, and it is what it is. But I think he'll be either centre-back or right-back. Everyone's sleeping on Raul Jimenez. Yeah, I think that could be true in some cases, but sort of what put me off Raul Jimenez this week is we have to manage his minutes to have him as fresh as we can. So maybe that means no full 90s, but I still think he's a brilliant option with these 3 weeks coming up. Are you rating teams? Not this week, mate. That was last night. I was doing my team rating live stream, but if you do have a question, do let me know. Could be a Griezly week if none of your Arsenal defenders start and Mateta gets limited minutes. Yeah, it definitely could be. 100% orange apple, but at the end of the day, I want to save some of these transfers that were just been given. The bench boost, I think, is going to be a big way for me to climb up the ranks in game week 18 with some really good fixtures for people. So, yeah, I think we're going to do that. Because I could easily just go Saliba and Capie. I could do sort of Mateta down to someone, but I don't know. Yeah, so with Szoboszlai, what did we say? Chance of pens, nailed minutes for Salah at AFCON. Yeah, I like Szoboszlai. Jimenez or Cherky? Jimenez. Nemecha, Leeds. Yeah, I don't mind Nemecha, but was there something about Nemecha this week that I seen? I think there was. Let me find the Leeds things. Minte, Mateta or Cucurella? Mateta. Mateta. Where was my Leeds notes? Oh, so no, Nemecha's completely out. I thought he was just a doubt. No, he's completely out, actually. So it'll be like Okafor and Calvert-Lewin as the guys up front, I would say. Saka captain valid? Yes, absolutely. I've got Harry Wilson captain, says Lane Dawson. L. Dawson. Let's go, man. Risky, but I hope it really pays off, man. What's your thoughts on Kieran Dewsbury-Hall? He's in form. He's in good form. Yeah, he's in great form. I'm going to be probably bringing him in a little bit later down the line. A little bit later. A few weeks' time, I might bring him in. He's so good value. Timber and Mateta playing. I think Timber could play. Mateta's up in the air. Oh, my nose. I think my favourite captains this week, guys, are Saka first, Bruno Fernandes second. Third, I would say maybe Haaland or Thiago. They're close for me. Is Gyökeres good for this week? I don't know if he starts, is my problem with Gyökeres. It's hard to tell. Manjdog says, let's just scroll past. How would you use your bench boost triple captain and wildcard before game week 19? I'll probably wildcard this week, prepare for the next few weeks, triple captain next week, and then bench boost the week after, or set up your wildcard for a bench boost next week. Szoboszlai has an XGI of 0.28, meaning he has to get a goal or assist every 4 games. I'll be surprised if he keeps performing this at XGI. I mean, it's really because Salah's leaving. His minutes will be much better, and he'll play more advanced. I think his XGI has not been reflected very well with where he's been playing for the majority of the season. But I think we're using maybe a bit of a smaller data sample with the recent weeks, but I still think he's a good option longer term with Salah being away. Is Rice really injured? He's not injured, he's ill. He's poorly. He's a poorly boy. One of Estev, Senesi, Mukiele. George put his team in. He's got Dubravka, Timber, Anderson, Virgil van Dijk, Saka captain, Szoboszlai, Foden, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, Haaland, Thiago, Jimenez, Hendo, Mukiele, Richards, Minte on the bench. Might start Minte over Kieran Dewsbury-Hall though. I probably would. I don't think that's a bad move. Start Marino or Minte. I'd go Marino in the hopes he starts, but it is sort of up in the air whether he starts or not. I think it could be Gyökeres, but it's so hard to tell with Gyökeres. Mogs, I'd be tempted to start Minte too, I mean, that's the thing. I would rather have Saliba than Minte this week, but if Saliba again doesn't feature, at least I get Minte off the bench. Do you know what I mean? So, I think they're two very close in terms of assets this week, but for me, if Saliba plays, he's the better option. We'll see what the crack is, though. We'll see. Brought in Cherky, Dewsbury-Hall and Wilson this week. Nice. Yeah. I like Wilson the best there, I think. Matty Cash or Lewis Skelly? Matty Cash. Lewis Skelly's really short term. Will Saka start as Madueke did good in Champions League and it's only Wolves? I would say Madueke starts on the left and Saka starts on the right. Endo in a deeper role, I don't know. I don't know if Enzo's fully in the deeper role for this particular game. I think Reece James could go into the midfield with Andre Santos, and Enzo plays a bit more advanced with Palmer having some of these groin issues. If not, and Enzo does play deeper, he's not going to be a great asset this week, but I'm happy to take that risk. I am happy to do that. Joe Rodon or Van der Ven? I'd probably go Rodon. I probably would go Rodon. Van der Ven just doesn't get DEFCONs. He's not a good asset in my eyes. I really don't like Van der Ven. I really don't. Will Rice start? I think he'll start, yeah. I think he'll start. Best replacement for Reinders is 7.4 mil. I think Soboslai is a great option. I really do. Who else do I like in the midfield? I think he's really the guy to be bringing in this week, but no Foden, a million laughing faces. Yep, I think I've passed the boat on Foden now. Please stop ignoring me. I haven't ignored you, bro. You haven't even sent a message for a while, Nico. Do I go with Bruno captain or Thiago? I think Bruno's maybe a bit better, but Thiago's still a really great option. Cucurella over Wilson? No, I'd play Wilson. If you've got Wilson, you've got to play him for the good fixtures, surely. And Nketiah a good option. I don't know if he'll start because Sarr could be back for 1 week. Cunha for long term? Yeah, Cunha for long term's good. I sadly sell him this week to afford Thiago for his good fixtures, but I'll be getting him back very shortly. Promise you that. Nketiah, Cash, Conter, a solid backline, FPL Mogs. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I don't think it's a bad backline at all, really. Sell Semenyo to Foden and put Salah to Bruno Fernandes. Yes, that's not a bad route to get those players in, Nico. That's a good set of transfers in my eyes. Yeah. If Palmer gets more than one today, would you get him in FPL? No. I think until we know this injury is fully passed, I don't think I'll be going for him. Mogs, do you work out? Just a random question. Not really at the moment, no. I don't particularly have too much time to. I'd love to get back into it. I enjoy it, but I just don't really have time. Like, honestly. So I'll wake up in the morning, I'll record a video, I'll go to work, I'll get home at 9 o'clock. I just want to go to bed, in all honesty. I'll eat my food and then go to bed, actually, but if I had more time, I would. Wilson a good shout? Yeah, it's a good differential this week, Wilson. Good differential. What's your rank? 1.2 mil. Still got 2 chips to use, so let's see. You definitely have time to Madge your sat on here talking crap about FPL. Yeah, but like, I want to be sort of doing well with FPL content, so what do you mean? Well, hundreds of people, thousands of people ask me questions through a full deadline stream. I'm not going to let those people down by not turning up 1 week. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Eze or Rice? Rice. I think Rice is more likely to play. 1.2 million rank, laughing face. Yep. Still got 2 chips to use, though. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if Enzo starts. I think he starts. Whether he plays deeper or more advanced is difficult to tell. Saka or Igor? Saka captain. 2 Arsenal defenders that aren't playing. How do you know they're not playing? I didn't know that. We've got an insider at the Arsenal, with the Arsenal team, guys. He knows the lineup. Let me know in the chat. What's the lineup, bro? Wirtz or Dewsbury Hall? Dewsbury Hall. Work until 9 PM. Jeez, that's late. That's crazy. It just happens sometimes. It is what it is. You got to work shifts in hospital. If my lab in the hospital, isn't fully open all the time, then it's not great. People will die. Virgil over Romero. Virgil. Saliba is out. Yeah, he could be. That's why I've got some good players on the bench. Is Bruno G a good option, FPL Mugs? Yeah, he's not too bad. Not too bad. Keeping Salah this week, and if he does bad, sell maybe the Bruno Szoboszlai. I mean, this is Salah's last week in FPL for a few weeks. He's going to go away to AFCON, bro. So next week, definitely sell him. Is Mount a good differential for now and for the future? He played very well against Wolves, but that's Wolves. What place are you? 1.2, Riley. 1.2 mil. Do you think Rice will play today, mate? Yes. I do think so. Ben White captain? No. Way too risky. No. Way too risky for me. He might not even start. We'll see, but I think that's so risky. 1.2 mil? Yep. Got triple captain next week and bench boost game week 18. Still to go. Should I captain Thiago? Yeah. Yeah. Bournemouth ain't ready for the smoke that United will bring. Let's see, bro. Let's see. I think it'll be a close game. Close game. Do you think Timber will play? Yeah. 1.2 million rank. You can't be given advice, pal. Do you not think so? I mean, I've still got 2 chips to use. We're not at the halfway point of the season. At the end of the day, the FPL final ranks come in game week 38. Until then, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I don't know why you're panicking about rank, bro. Hey Mogs, I have a differential team. Your thoughts on Gordon over a Man City mid that's not Foden, please? I'm not too keen on any of those at the moment. If a differential midfielder you're looking for, I like Wilson. I like Szoboszlai. Those are the kind of differentials I'm looking at. Yeah. I'm 14k with 1 chip. I'm not advising. I don't think you're a FPL content creator though, bro, are you? Wilson and Cherky start. Tell me. I think Wilson's probably my favourite there. Better fixture, of course, with Burnley away. Isak out. Lewis starts. Lewis starts? Who are you talking about there? Who are you talking about? My friend is in Manchester to watch the Manchester City, United versus Bournemouth game. Hopefully Semenyo cooks. That's why I'm thinking of keeping Semenyo. Yeah, go ahead, dude. How many players can come off your bench? All of them. Every single one can come off your bench if needed. Dubravka, Richards, Lewis Miley, Aiden Heavian. Oh, they're your bench. Mogs and Orange, you've been watching the darts? No, I haven't actually. I'm going to wait till a bit later in the tournament to start watching it. I normally watch sort of just before quarters. Like, start watching then and really getting into it. Because I feel that's when the games start getting decent, in my opinion. Madueke starts. Does that mean Saka bench? No. I think Madueke could play off the left easily. Did really well in the Champions League, of course. 6-7. Saliba playing? Honestly, I really don't know. I'm just hoping he plays. And if he doesn't, I get Minty off the bench, which I don't think's bad this week. Timber and Saliba won't play, says Jack. I think Timber's the more likely one to play. But if not, there are people on the bench. I'm saving my transfers for an up-and-coming bench boost in Game Week 18. Next week, triple captain. Watched a bit. I don't mind the darts, but also it's just thrown in it. I don't know. Darts is really good. I like the darts. Captain Bruno over Haaland. Why? I think it's a better fixture. I think Bruno Fernandes has more routes to points. I really do like him. I really do. Is Hincapie and White playing? I think Hincapie will definitely play. Ben White, I'm not entirely sure on. I imagine it'll be Timber centre-back next to Hincapie, which means Saliba will be benched. But in the off chance Saliba does play, that's why I've started him. Why won't you bench Bruno for Rodon instead? Because Bruno's probably my best player this week. Connor, have you ever hit 180, bro? Are you good at darts? Because I've got a dartboard, but I'm fucking terrible. Opinions on Virgil. Virgil for me is a keep for at least a few weeks. Just see how he turns out. He's got 3 home games in the next 4 weeks. I think he's okay to keep. If you don't like him, you don't like Liverpool, sell him. It's not a problem. Not a problem. Why don't you put Rodon instead of Mateta? I like Mateta. He's rested. If he starts, brilliant. I think it's much higher ceiling. Much, much higher ceiling. Thank you for the gifts, Finn. Appreciate that, man. You're a legend, dude. Sell Raya for Pope? No. I don't even know if Pope's going to be ready and back for the game. So that doesn't quite make sense to me personally. Get Barco in? Yes, lad. Is Ekitike a good idea in FPL modes? Yeah. I don't mind Ekitike. It's a bit of a punt, of course, but if you're okay with taking a little bit of a risk, I don't mind it. My best leg was 12 darts. Bloody hell, Connor. That's really good. Yeah, I'm much worse. Much worse. A bit late to the stream. Is Cancelo playing? Yeah, I think you're quite late to the stream, actually, bro. I don't think he's playing, though. No. Anderson, I'll mark you. Anderson, dude. Anderson, Alex. Neto versus Everton. Will you recommend him? Potentially. I'm a bit... With sort of Chelsea wingers, it's sort of like who's going to start, who's going to get the most minutes. It could be Esteban, could be Neto on the left instead. It could be a multitude of things with the Chelsea team. It's hard to tell with the wingers. Team value is 104 million with 1 in the bank. Absolutely killing it with team value. Absolutely killing it. Is James starting? I don't know if James will start, but if he does start, I think it will be more likely to be in the midfield. Slow sports news. Liverpool have signed Sadio Mane from Southampton. What does this mean for FPL? Why Bruno captain, not Thiago? I think he's my best player this week, Giles. He's got so much more routes to points than a Thiago, but Thiago could do really well. FPL needs to make a £2.99 monthly sub for an extra 1 free transfer a month. Would bring everyone together. Yeah, absolutely. What time are the official starting lineups? Sadly, not before the FPL deadline. So we won't really know. Mateta kind of mid, I would agree. But, you know, the coming up weeks, there's some good fixtures. If his minutes are managed correctly, he could be really good. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, the deadline is at 1:30. Salah, the Chelsea reject, is set to leave Roma for Liverpool. Slow Sky Sports News. Should I triple captain on Bruno this week? No. Save it next week for Haaland, in my opinion. Virgil or Cucurella? Virgil van Dijk I would go for, personally. Cucurella is not a bad option, though. Really close, to be honest. Thoughts on FPL bringing in an assistant manager chip this season? Honestly, that chip was terrible. I hated that chip. Loki, you got to start Minte against this Liverpool team. My opinion on that is I would prefer Saliba over a Minte. So if Saliba does start, fantastic. But if it's more than likely that Saliba's out, like it seems he could be, I get Minte anyway. So I think it's the best of both worlds there. Saves me a transfer and allows me the opportunity if Saliba does play. Should I play Cole Palmer or bench him for Van der Ven? You just play Cole Palmer. Just play him. If he plays, fantastic. If he doesn't, you get Van der Ven off the bench. But I'd be looking to move Van der Ven on as soon as possible. I really don't like Spurs defenders, especially Van der Ven. Just doesn't hit DEFCON, doesn't get clean sheets. What does he really do? Bruno Cunha or Soboslai? Bruno. Will there be a double game week before Christmas? No. Unless weather changes things. Richie or Big Dom? Who is Solanke even alive? Like, honestly. I mean, I prefer Solanke as a player, but, like, is he even alive? I don't think he's alive, is he? I can't see anything. Yeah, he's injured, apparently. We've got 33 minutes till the FPL deadline, roughly now. 33 minutes. I mean, Soboslai or Rich. I see. I thought you were on about Spurs strikers there. Soboslai. Since when can you generate a team badge in FPL? It's something they added this season. Honestly, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's honestly so poor. So poor. Should I start Semenyo or Virgil? I'd probably go Semenyo and hope it comes off. Last week I said Gordon, captain. Someone laughed at me. Where's that guy now? I don't know. Where is he? Who are you captaining this week, Shafiq? Who are you captaining? The bench boost, Xhaka, Mukele against Newcastle, or Raul Jimenez and Anderson against West Ham. I mean, I don't mind the Sunderland fixture, and I don't really mind sort of the Jimenez one either. Burnley away is great. So it could be a bench boost for you if you sort that bench. Should I transfer Bruno for Cunha? I would have Bruno. Yeah, I'd have Bruno. Oh, my nose. Bench Minte for Anderson in defence, or sell to Doku. I'd bench for Anderson in defence. That's what I've personally done this week. Why so many injured players? Because I feel like it. I think some of them will start. My captain is Saka, bro. Hat-trick incoming. Yeah, Saka's a great captain. Probably the best captain this week. Solanke, the Chelsea reject. No, he signed with Bournemouth recently. What in the slow Sky Sports is going on here? Does Saliba start today? It's probably unlikely, but I've got Minte on the bench to cover. I would love Saliba if he does start, though, so obviously that's why I'm starting him this week. You think Mateta will start tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah. City, he's got to start against City. Do you reckon Haaland will still score? He's got a good chance to, yeah. It's a hard game, though, so I'm not as keen on the captaincy this week. Thoughts on Iwobi? I prefer Harry Wilson. Saka, Thiago, or Haaland's captain? Saka. Saka's the best. Are Arsenal defenders fit to play? Some of them aren't. You got Saliba, Timber injured, Calafiori suspended. It's going to be interesting to see how he lines up. It really is. It's going to be interesting to see. Is Saka even going to play the full 90? I don't think he will, personally. So that's why, you know, I'm maybe downplaying the triple captain option a little bit here, but I still think he's a good captain. If Ryan does start, he scores. That's not the case all the time. Should I start Wilson or Kieran Dewsbury-Hall? Wilson. Calvert-Lewin for the bench. He's probably a bit too expensive for the bench. I'd say Gue. Mark Gue. Just make the dead spot on your team. Mark Gue on the bench is fine. Cheers, mate. No worries, man. No worries. Why Bruno captain? Same reason as every week. So many routes to points. That in theory is ceilings incredibly high in any given game week. It's a home fixture. Yeah, I think it's good. I'm a Liverpool fan. You think benching Minte is a good choice? Yeah, because I would rather have Saliba play than a Minte. And if Saliba's out, at least I get Minte off the bench. So, saves me a transfer and gets me the players I want this week to play. And if not, Minte comes on as a good option. What did you get last week? I can't remember. Maybe like 55, 54 points, something like that. Roughly that. Would you captain Saka or Haaland? Saka. Saka for me. Captain Eze. I'm not too keen on Eze's expected minutes. If you really think he's going to play more than, I don't know, 70 minutes, I'd go for it. Go on Twitter, look at the badge game, bro. Yeah, that's terrible. I honestly don't know why they've included the orange. It looks so bad. Why are you against Haaland captaincy, though? I'm not against it. I just think there's a higher ceiling for a Bruno Fernandes for me and my team this week. You can still captain Haaland, absolutely. But it's a hard fixture against Palace. ChatGPT, our badge. It is. It is. Get Thiago as captain. Leeds letting a lot of goals. Yeah. Yeah, it could be the case, but I feel as though Bruno Fernandes has goals, assists, penalties, defensive contributions, bonus points. He has all of the things you need from a player, whereas Thiago's kind of just goals. Hopefully Thiago scores a few for me. I've just brought him in. Saliba ain't playing. Perfect. I'll just get him Minte off my bench. But if he does somehow have the chance to play, I'd rather have him than Minte this week. Do you rate Semenyo for next week? Yeah. Since I'm first in my mini league, who's my safest captaincy choice? Saka or Haaland, probably. They're going to be the two most popular captains this week. Thiago could be safe as well, but Mateta won't be playing, I don't think. I think he will. I think the complete rest midweek, that small knock could just be sorted by now, in my opinion. I just triple captain Thiago. Wish me luck. Good luck, brother. What's your rank aim by the end of the season? Top 50k. Top 50k. Got 2 chips to play in the first half of the season still to go. So that should boot me up into the top a good amount in the top 1 million, I would think. And then second half of the season, we really start attacking and pushing right the way up. I captained Ollie Watkins against West Ham. Did I do good? Potentially. It's a bit of a risky one. Really risky, actually. I need a triple captain. Who should I use? I would wait next week to Haaland against West Ham at home. I think that's how I'd do it. Best person to triple captain. Yeah, Haaland next week for me. How many points are you currently on? 845. So just outside top million. Triple captain next week. Bench boost 18. I think that'll go. Not in the top 1 million yet, a bit ambitious. Yeah, but I've got 2 chips to use. Triple captain's really good chip. Bench boost could be a really good chip with the amount of transfers I have saved. I'm really not too far away from the top 1 million as well. Everyone's rank is super, super close at the moment still. I'm 407k right now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, brother. Hey, mate, hope you're well. Any team news? I'll have a little look for some team news right now, Punk, but nice to see you, man. 912 points for Steven. Smashing it, Steven. Let's go. Let's have a little look at some team news, see if something's popped up, because we do only have, like, sort of 25 minutes till deadline. Should I captain Saka or Bruno? Saka. I can't see any particular team news popping up here. No, nothing at the moment. Maybe in a few minutes' time we might see some whisperings of some team news. We'll hopefully see it. 969 points, 4,000th in the world for Cohen. Cohen, unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Saka or Haaland, says Tom. Go Saka. Final time, but go on Twitter for my new FPL badge. Oh, God, what's this going to be? Orange Apple, you're going to be taken away. That is terrible. That is terrible. Should I play Statue of Leeds or Semenyo? I would go Semenyo. I'd go Semenyo. Think Timber will start? Yes, Tom, I think he will. Should I sell Semenyo to Wilson? Semenyo plays Burnley next week, so you could just theoretically keep a hold of Semenyo. Wilson is a good option, though. Craig says, definitely Bruno captain over Haaland and or Foden. I don't have Foden, but I am captain Bruno over Haaland this week, yeah. How do I get the Moog's tash? You barely grow facial hair and you just make do with what you have on your face. Joe says, Saliba ain't playing, bro. That's fine. I've got a few bench options to come on. But if he does somehow start, I'm quite happy with him against Wolves at home. Do you know what I mean? Will Hincapié start? Yes. How I think it'll line up, it'll be Timber, Saliba, Hincapié, and Skelly. That's how I think it will be. So they decided to let you generate badges with no filters at all. All right, seems sensible. Yeah, I didn't realise it didn't have a filter on. That's terrible. Keeping 4 free transfers next week because of AFCON. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. Rice starts. I think Rice starts as well, yeah. It's just an illness for Rice, so he should be playing. Starting Rodon, lol. Yeah, Rodon's alright. Rodon's alright. Arteta said Saliba ain't starting. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. White starts. We don't know if he definitely starts, no. We don't know that yet, lads. Nothing's been leaked as of yet for teams. Mate, I'm 100% sure. Yeah, but it's sort of, we need to know official information, you know? We know the crack in terms of... If you ask me about William Saliba for game week 17, he's fit. For tomorrow, I don't know. He looks better, but we'll have to wait and see to see if we have enough time to be able to train with the team. I'm going to take a punt on him starting. If he doesn't, not a problem whatsoever. If he's not risked against Wolves, that's fine. Minte's on the bench. Minte's on the bench. Think I'm bench boosting this week, but maybe I need to consider 18. What's your bench look like this week, Punk? What's it look like? $20 minutes-ish till the FPL deadline, folks. He will. I'm an Arsenal fan. He said Ben White will start. He won't be risked against Wolves. He hasn't said anything about Ben White starting, dude. I've got full notes on the press conference. That wasn't mentioned. Debating Raul captain. That could be a fun one. Saliba not to travel with the squad confirmed. Do you want to send me the source? Happy to concede if you send me the source, Joel. Would you captain Saka if you had him? Absolutely would. Absolutely, I would. He has separate interview, pal. Do you want to share the interview, Stephen? Or an article or something? I'm happy to look into it, bro. Source, your employment. What? I work in a hospital. How does that make any sense? If you had Saka, would you triple captain him? No, I would captain him. Just captain. Joe says, who's the best captain for this game week? Saka. Saka's the guy. Next for me, it would probably be Bruno. And then very close call between Haaland and Thiago. Young Dong says, should I take Elliot Anderson and put in Harry Wilson? It's a -4 and start him over Van der Ven. Yes. I think I would do that. Bench boosting with Ruben Diaz, Richards, Paulinho and Dubravka was worth it. Probably not in my opinion. No Arsenal attackers. Nope. Nope. I'd have to make transfers 4 in total, but after making the moves it would be Verbruggen, Anderson, Collins and Elliot Anderson. I feel like it's a decent floor. I feel as though it is as well. To be fair, that is a really decent bench boost. General consensus for the predicted lineup is White, Timber, Hincapié, Skelly. I would agree with that. You need at least one attacking Arsenal player in your team. I don't think so. I think this week's going to be brilliant for Arsenal attackers, but do we really need one Arsenal attacker going forward into the next few game weeks. Everton away, it's not a great fixture for Arsenal attackers. Brighton at home's okay. Aston Villa, Bournemouth away, Liverpool at home, Forest away. I think I'm leaning more towards defenders IMO for Arsenal. I think I'll be moving a defender on next week from Arsenal, but this week I'm just going to wait and see what happens. We'll wait and see. In any circumstance with the Arsenal defence here, I have players that can cover in, and then I can assess next week. But we're really working towards the bench boost in 18, folks. Is Saliba playing? It's unlikely he will play. You think Mateta's going to score? He could do. I'm just hoping he starts. Do I captain Saka? Yes. I've got Tarkowski, Van der Ven, Van Dijk, Gehi. Who would you swap out? I would transfer out Van der Ven. Absolutely. Gonna have to go, sadly, lads, but thanks for the stream. Best of luck this week. Take care. You too, bro. Enjoy the weekend. My backline is Raya, Gehi, Cash, and sadly Van der Ven. Yeah, it's not too bad, but Van der Ven, I really don't like him. I really don't. Bro, after all the games this season, you still have Virgil van Dijk. Yeah. Stop dodging Rice. I don't want Rice. He's a bit ill at the moment. Will he play? Will he not? I don't know. Donnarumma to Alisson so I can keep O'Reilly. Or should I just bring in Anderson or Collins? Anderson for me is the better move there. Is Rice playing? Stop dodging me. I think he starts, but he's a bit ill. Does that mean he starts? Does that not? It's really hard to tell, but I think he'll start. Let's have a look if we got some team news coming out. We're getting closer to the deadline now. 15 minutes-ish, thank you. No worries. Captain Raya or Madueke. Bloody hell, neither. Sorry, KV. Why are you starting Mateta? I think he'll start, that's why. I've won him for the next few weeks as well. C says Doku, question mark. Yeah, it's just I don't like Doku for his minutes mainly. I might bring in Joe Rodon off the bench for Van der Ven. I would probably do that, yeah. I would probably do that. Really depends how you think the game's going to go though, bro. Just travelling by says, would you swap Eze for Saka, but you will have to sell another player to get the money? Yeah. Depends who the other player is. Madueke got Hattie against Wolves last season, to be fair. He did. How long have you had Saliba? A few weeks. I think he's got me like 1 or 2 clean sheets, and then he's been injured from that point. He is guaranteed to be back for Game Week 17. Whether he's back this week is unknown. If he doesn't play, that's completely fine. I'll have Minte off the bench. Eesh, that's unlucky. Yeah, it is unlucky, to be fair. I mean, last week it was really, really poor with sort of Arsenal's... the last 2 weeks even with sort of the different... benchings and stuff. It's hard to tell at the moment. Does Eze get minutes today? Yes, I think he'll get minutes. Whether he starts, I really don't know. I think Saliba can play this week, but the likelihood is Arteta risking them against Wolves? 0. I don't think just playing a football game, there's always risks to it, but he needs to get back up to speed with things. Could he start on the game and come off early? I don't know. But like I say, we've got the cover in place if he doesn't play. I don't think it's a bad idea to keep him. He's already confirmed he'll be back next week. Will Rice play today? Yeah, I think he will. I think Timber and Rice will start, yeah. How are you feeling today, Mugs? I'm good, Bren. I'm good. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? And he posted that on his Instagram story. I remember Madueke's Instagram story from last season, yeah. That was really weird. I'm good. Nice, Braden, man. Nice. I like watching Madueke. He's very direct, and the flair reminds me of Prime Barclays. Yeah, he is quite direct at times. It's something that people don't really expect. I do like that about him. My backline is Raya, O'Reilly, Timber, Gehi, Cash. Should I sub in Tarkowski for someone? I would probably leave it like that. You could go Gehi out, but he's been doing alright recently. Arsenal back three trick has only worked once in the last 3 weeks. Risky again. Yeah, absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. It's risky this time with who could start. But I think at least 2 of these will start, and that'll be Raya and Timber. But before that, Arsenal defence was absolutely smashing it for me. Absolutely smashing it. Do you think Senesi starts? Yeah, but it is a bit of a risky one this week. I think it's a hard game as well. Will Isak be out or play? Let me read the notes on Isak so we can kind of get a better decision, a better outcome for that question for you. Alex got a knock in the first half of the Champions League. Let's see how he recovered that from today. He should be able to start tomorrow if he's able. I'll make the decision to start Isak or Ekitike again tomorrow, and we do it in a different way. So it's between Ekitike and Isak. I think Ekitike will start personally. Start Chalobah, Collins, or Anderson. Ooh, probably Anderson for me. But all 3 of them are great. All 3 of them are brilliant. Mogs, thoughts on Kevin for Fulham? Techie as hell. Club record signing, yeah. He had them good few minutes, didn't he? To be fair, he looks really lively when he plays. It's just FPL. You know, you need players that play a lot of minutes. Watkins, thoughts? I don't know with Watkins. I'm staying away from him for a while. And Buemo, Rice, Thiago, Raul, Haaland, captain. I would probably land upon Thiago or Haaland. Jamie says, I've used 3 free transfers. Should I use another to sell Munoz to Vandenberg/Guardiola? Or just start Rodon and deal with Munoz next week? Munoz has to drop twice before I lose selling value. I don't know if he will be dropping in price with the red flag. I don't know if that prevents him dropping price, but I would probably sell him anyway and get Guardiola in or someone. What's good, bro? What do I do with Lewis Hall? I don't know if he's predicted to start. It looks like he is predicted to start. He hasn't said anything. I would play him. I'd play him. He'll probably have a right job dealing with Sunderland's wingers, to be fair. So maybe DC's come in. Will White and Lewis Skelly start? I think, yes, it's more than likely to. I'm expecting Saliba to be benched. And then we see White, Timber, Hincapié, Skelly. Any news on yellow flags for Arsenal? Rice in particular. Rice just has an illness. He just has an illness. So I think he's quite likely to start, in my opinion. Harry says Ekitike, Eze or Pedro. This week, probably Eze with a good fixture, but I think Ekitike just about edges it for me with more expected minutes. Salah go play or not? I think Salah will play one last game before AFCON, yeah. Opinions on Kevin from Fulham? Kevin from Fulham's fantastic. I think he's a fun player, but for FPL, not so much. The Kevin Law. Is this a good team? Raya, Maconsa, Coyote, Bruno, Marino, Neto, Fones. I would say so, yeah. Coyote's a fun pick as well, dude. Coyote's a really fun pick. Bro, I just ask so much, just answer. I mean, there's a lot of people asking questions, Emil. Gonna have to be patient here. But I'll answer your question right now. Bruno Guimaraes or Voldemar to start? I would go with Bruno Guimaraes. Thiago or Haaland, says Andrew. For captain, probably Haaland. Probably Haaland. But I would say it's really close between them. Ekitike opinions, great. I think he's a good option. I think just with the time, he's expected on the pitch with Isak available, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. RP Invest says, start Senesi or Van Heck. Ooh. I'd probably go Senesi with higher defensive contributions. Because I think they both concede. How do subs work again? So, let's give you an example. My team, I'm not expecting Saliba to be starting. So, if he doesn't play whatsoever, he would be benched in my team, and I'd get Minte off the bench. Should I sub in Mbeumo? I don't particularly know with Mbeumo. It's so hard. Eze and Fadoku, no. I would wait on that decision. Thoughts on Timber starting? I think he starts, yeah. Whether it's centre-back or right-back, I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know. Marino's an interesting one. I think Gyökeres could start, but Marino starting would be really fun. 8 minutes to the deadline. I don't know if Bruno is Haaland a decent cap. Yeah, absolutely. Saka's the best captain this week, though, guys. If you've got Saka, you should go for it. L team, says Lucas. Thank you, Lucas. Harry Wilson, captain. It's a bit of a more differential one, but if you like it, I think you go for it. It'll be a fun week to do it, but of course a risky one, bro. So just be cautious of that. Martinelli, captain. I personally think Madueke starts on the left, so I wouldn't captain either of them in all honesty. Bruno out for Saka. What do you think of Foden out for Saka? Neither. I wouldn't do that. Enzo or Bruno Guimaraes. I'd probably say I'd go Enzo and just hope he plays more advanced, but if you don't think he will, I'd go Bruno. Van Heck does have better goal threat. I don't know, but it's very minimal, especially when we're looking at a 1 week punt. It's hard to get use a small data sample for that. If look, I think they're both incredibly close. If you think they both hit defensive contributions, I'd maybe lean towards Van Heck for that reason, but it's just really close, dude. I would probably go Van Heck if you really want to, and just hope he gets the defensive contributions. Should I start Gakpo? Gakpo's injured. I don't know how long for. I captained Morgan Rogers. Thoughts? I'm not as keen on that. Marino or Madueke? For FPL, probably not any of them. Maybe Marino, but I don't know. Gyökeres could easily start. Why Cherky not spoken about much? Probably minutes and expected minutes. I went Tete because I feel like a lot would go with Anderson, hoping from him to be a change in a fullback and a chance of an assist. I see. I just think Anderson's differential enough. He's still under 6% ownership. I don't think you need to go any more differential, but I completely understand the little punt on the hope of an assist there. Finn with the more and more gifts. Finn, you're an absolute legend of the stream, bro. An absolute legend. What was I looking at in terms of... I was going to answer something and I completely forgot what I was doing. Was I talking about Liverpool? I can't remember. Ahmad, how's it going, mate? How's it going, dude? How's it going? Is Leonard good? Keep a choice for 3 weeks, yeah. Van Heck doesn't get clean sheet, Defcon, but I think he'll go with him for the goal threat and major differential. Yeah, I think that's fair. RP. I mean, even if Senesi does get defensive contributions, Van Heck doesn't, it's maybe a difference of like 2 or 1 or 3 points. It's not going to be too much. Will James start? If he does start, I think he'll be in the midfield, but I'd be cautious on Reece James. Absolutely. Is Rice starting with a knock? He doesn't have a knock, Rice. He has an illness. Saliba back? No. I do think he'll actually be benched, but if he does have the opportunity to start with my squad, I think it'd be quite nice. But Minte is on the bench for me if he does not feature within the squad yet again. He's meant to be back next week, so I'm hopefully going to see a few minutes for him this week in the start. What's up, Goggles? What's up, bro? Should I captain Thiago? Yeah, he's got a great fixture. You still back Mateta? For the next few weeks, I think I'll back Mateta because he's got some good fixtures coming up. This particular week, I'm not expecting much. If 2 players don't play, you get your 2 first off the bench, don't you? Yeah. So for me, I'm expecting potentially Minte and Rodon to be playing for me this week. Potentially. But I do think it'll just be a Minte for a Saliba. Would you do Konate, Embuemo, Potts, and Voltemade to Vandenberg, Bruno, Sobasai, and Krupi? I wouldn't do it a Krupi, I'd do it a Gu and save a little bit of money and bench him. Should I bench boost with Dubravka, Chalobah, O'Reilly, and Kudus? Ooh. Potentially you could do. Potentially you could do. Do you think your bench could look better in a few weeks' time with a few more transfers, though? Trying to win the Mogs Mini League, currently 8th. RP, you're absolutely smashing it, dude. Absolutely smashing it. Keep it up, bro. You've had a really great start of the season as well. Who the captain? Saka, for me, is number 1. Number 2, I would say, is Bruno. And number 3 and 4, very close, I would say Haaland and Thiago. Will Timber play and start? I think he'll start, yes. I think he'll start. Should I sell Semenyo or keep who to replace him? He's got Burnley next week, mate, so you could keep him for the Burnley fixture. I don't think that's a bad idea. Who plays over Mbeumo when he goes to AFCON? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. How to join your FPL league. Guys, if you really quickly before the deadline want to join my mini league, go to the YouTube live stream with the link in my TikTok bio. Find the YouTube live stream, and in the description is an automatic join link. It's the easiest way to join. So head over to the YouTube live stream, click the link in the description. You'll find it there. It's the easiest way to do it. Would love to see some of you join the mini league. Will Lewis Skelly start? I think he could start, yeah. I mean, Calafiori isn't available, so he should. Who are you captaining? Bruno Fernandes. Ben White starts or no? I think Ben White could start, yeah. I think what we'll see, probably, is Timber... no. Ben White, Timber, Hincapié, Skelly. Most likely. Code for league. I don't know the code off the top of my head, dude, while I'm on stream here, but head over to the YouTube live stream, and it should be in the description of the YouTube live stream. Why have you got Van Dijk? I don't think I need to transfer him out. He's got 3 home games in the next 4 fixtures. I quite like him. We'll see how it goes. Wilson and Raul. Yeah, they're good. They're good, yeah. Thiago up front or João Pedro? Thiago. Thiago. I don't know if Saliba or Timber are playing this week. I think Timber will play, but if Saliba doesn't play, I've got bench cover. I don't think he'll play, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to sub him off, no. Because if Saliba's available, I think he starts and comes off early. If he's available, I don't see him coming off the bench particularly. So, for me, this is probably the best way to do it if Saliba's available. If not, Minte comes on, not a problem whatsoever. I've just joined your league, but it doesn't show my place. You've got to wait for the game week to start, dude. Got to wait the game week to start. But yeah, if you do fancy joining the FPL Mini League before the deadline in a minute's time, head over to the YouTube live stream and join on the bottom. Max Backup sending a Galaxy gift on TikTok there. Wow, Max. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, Max. You're a legend, dude. Let me drop you a follow, man. Shout out, Max. Let's go, Max, dude. Appreciate the gifts, Max. We've got less than a minute till the FPL deadline coming up very soon. Very soon, folks. Max has basically set off some fireworks with that gift there. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Max is my best mate. Finn, you're a legend. Max, you're a legend. Top boys. Top lads. Wogs, where's my follow for it? Connor, go on the TikTok live stream. I'll follow you right now. You guys are legends. We've got less than a few seconds to the FPL deadline. Make sure your team's saved. Go do it now. Go do it now and then come back. Quick. Get your team sorted, guys. Get your team sorted. If Timber and Saliba don't start, you're absolutely cooked. I'm not. I've got bench cover. I've got Minte and Rodon on the bench. That's fine for me. Soboslai, really? Yeah, man. Finn and Max, you are legends. Finn, I haven't followed you back yet, I don't think. Let's follow Finn. Right, I want my follow. There you are, Connor. Followed Connor. Minte or Foden? I would probably go Foden this week. Finn, you're going absolutely crazy with the gifts, bro. You guys are insane. Come back to this when you get 37 points. 37 points is very specific, Joel. So specific, he wrote it twice in chat. What will Rodon do, bro? Haha. Maybe get Defcons. We'll see. Doesn't need to do too much if he's just coming off the bench. I got 70 last week. Max, let's go. That's such a big score last week, actually, because a lot of people didn't do too well last week. That is the FPL deadline, though, folks. The deadline has passed. How are we all feeling with your teams? Are they locked in? Have you remembered the deadline? Have you remembered the deadline, folks? Let's see if we can get a poll up for captaincy. Xavi Simmons is coming to cook, you reckon? Let me get a captaincy poll on the go. Let's see. We want to see who is the most popular captain this week. Saka, Haaland, Thiago, Bruno, F. I put Thiago as captain. Let's go, dude. I cancelled triple captain 3 times. No, dude. Who else do I like as captain? Saka. I think those are the most popular ones. Right, let's get the poll up and running, guys. Who's the best captain this game week? Start. Let's get voting, guys, on TikTok. There you go. There, Connor. There's the follow, bro. Make sure you're voting on that poll. Who's the most popular captain this week? Who's the most popular captain this game week? Make sure you're voting on the TikTok poll, guys. Have you gone Thiago? Have you gone Haaland? Have you gone Saka? Have you gone Bruno Fernandes? What do we think? Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. You Spurs fan, Max. Nice. I don't mind Spurs. I think they need to pick up the form a little bit, though. I would say. Marino makeshift striker captain. Ooh. What if Jokerez starts, though, bro? What do you reckon? Is Mateta starting? I think he could, yeah. I think he could. This team is rank. I don't know. I think it's okay. I quite like my team this week. At least we are winning. That's true, Max. That's true. I think form will come. I think it's just a case. It's a new manager. Let's see. Rice, thank me later. It's a bit too late now. The deadline's passed. Deadline has gone. Will Rice play? I think he'll play, yeah. Saliba's not starting for sure. If he doesn't, that's completely fine. Minte's on the bench. What is this? This is FPL, bro. FPL or UEFA Fantasy? FPL by far. FPL is so much better. FPL is the best football fantasy game out there. Do we think Ben White starts? Yes. Yes, I do. Should I sell Voltemada? The game week's passed, dude. West Ham for City next game week. Yeah, I think it'll be a really good game. I'm expecting maybe to get Foden, hopefully. We'll see how that goes, though. We'll see how that goes. You're finished if Arsenal concede? I don't think I'm fully finished. There's been weeks where Arsenal have conceded, not got the clean sheet, and I've had a really brilliant game week. So, yeah, I would say it's possible to have a very good game week without Arsenal getting a clean sheet for my team. Very, very possible. I played bench boost this week. Who's on your bench, bro? Who's on your bench? Do you think Fernandes, Minte, Jusby Hall, Saka, Enzo is good? Yeah. Nonny hat-trick incoming. Do you reckon he starts off the left or the right, everyone? Is Saliba not injured? Yeah, he could be. I know, but you wouldn't have got 3 Arsenal defended. What do you mean by that? I want Arsenal to lose because they conceded last minute at Villa and I was in glowing Tottenham. I would quite like to Arsenal to keep a clean sheet. I'll just say that now. The limbs. Yeah. Oh, to be fair, yeah. 1.2 in the middle, but you're giving transfer advice. Yes, S. I'm an FPL content creator. That's what I do, man. I've got triple captain next week, bench boost the week after. It seems that Thiago was the most popular captain in that poll there. Wow. Liverpool is not at their peak right now. Exactly the thought with bringing in Dominic Szoboszlai this game week. I think their peak is to come when Salah goes away to AFCON. You're reading my mind. Now, I think they'll drastically improve. I do think that. What defender should I get for 5.3? The deadline's passed, bro. The deadline's gone. The deadline has gone. Right, everyone. I'm going to have to head away off from the stream now. Finn, Max, shout out you guys. Legends of the stream today with the gifts. But I am going to have to leave stream very, very shortly, folks. It's been a fantastic stream today. I'll see you all very soon. Make sure you're following on TikTok to be alerted to FPL content and, of course, FPL streams through the game week. And make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, guys. It's probably one of the best ways to support my channel. But yeah, that is the deadline. I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic game week. Best of luck, everyone. Finn sending the hearts. Save them, Finn. Save them for the next stream. You're legends. Right, I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy the game week. And, of course, see you later on YouTube as well. Catch you guys. Jamie says, sorry, most can't stay in the port. I go on holiday. Enjoy your holiday. Enjoy the day, everyone. See you later, folks.